Law 27. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. This law taps into the deep human desire for belief and purpose. By providing people with something to believe in, whether an ideology, cause, or vision, you can create a strong, loyal following. Cultivate an aura of certainty and conviction. Present yourself as a figure of authority and promise your followers meaning and transformation. This law is about exploiting people's psychological need to follow a charismatic leader and be part of something bigger than themselves. People crave something to believe in, especially in times of uncertainty. Give them a vision of the future, a grand mission, or an ideology that explains the world in simple, compelling terms. Make this belief system seem transformative and provide hope or purpose. Establish rituals, symbols, or slogans that reinforce your belief system and create a sense of identity for your followers. These elements help bind people together and make them feel part of something unique and special. Rational arguments rarely generate the same level of loyalty as emotional appeals. Use passion, rhetoric, and charismatic communication to stir people's emotions and make them feel deeply connected to your cause. Cult-like followings require a central figure, a leader who embodies the ideals of the belief system. Present yourself as this leader. Be confident, charismatic, and project certainty. Followers should see you as someone with a unique vision or insight that only you can provide. By distinguishing between insiders and outsiders, you create a sense of belonging and loyalty among your followers. Make your followers feel special and chosen, and paint those who don't subscribe to the belief system as outsiders or adversaries. People want to feel like they are part of something that will change their lives or the world. Offer them a path to personal transformation, growth, or salvation. Make bold promises about the future, and offer a clear, simple path toward achieving those promises. Balance the promise of transformation with the fear of what will happen if followers stray from the path, or if they are disloyal. Subtly enforce loyalty through a combination of rewards, inclusion, status, approval, and the fear of being cast out or left behind. Charismatic leaders of religious cults, such as Jim Jones or David Koresh, promised their followers salvation and meaning. They offered a vision of the future that was both apocalyptic and redemptive, created strong emotional connections, and used rituals to reinforce loyalty and identity. Many political figures throughout history have used this principle to rally followers. For example, Adolf Hitler and other totalitarian leaders used nationalist ideologies, emotional appeals, and a sense of unity against external enemies to create deeply loyal, almost cult-like followings. Even in the corporate world, visionary leaders like Steve Jobs created cult-like followings by offering bold visions of technological transformation and presenting themselves as the genius leaders of this revolution. Cultivate an aura of confidence and certainty in your message. Speak with passion and conviction, so others are drawn to your energy and vision. Establish rituals, slogans, or symbols that reinforce your ideology and create a strong sense of belonging among your followers. This can be a shared set of values, a distinct style, or regular meetings or events. Instead of logical arguments, focus on creating emotional bonds. Stir passion, hope, and even fear among your followers to deepen their connection to you and the cause. Celebrate your most devoted followers with praise, status, or other forms of recognition. At the same time, subtly ostracize or punish those who show doubt or opposition. Use fear of being left out to reinforce loyalty. Cult-like followings often depend on the leader being seen as infallible or uniquely insightful. Cultivate an image of expertise, wisdom, or divinely inspired vision. Speak as though you have a direct line to truth, and others will follow. Law 27 teaches that people have a deep psychological need to believe in something greater than themselves. And leaders who understand this can harness it to create a loyal, dedicated following. See, offering a compelling vision, playing on emotions, and positioning yourself as a charismatic figure. You can inspire devotion and compression and meason. Whether in politics, religion, or business, creating a cult-like following requires mastering the art of emotional manipulation, establishing a strong group identity, and ensuring that your followers feel both rewarded and protected under your leadership. Law 28. Enter action with boldness. This law emphasizes the importance of acting decisively and boldly, as hesitation and timidity often lead to failure or exploitation. In the world of power, boldness is admired, feared, and respected, while timidity invites doubt, loss of confidence, and aggression from others. Boldness requires taking calculated risks and moving forward with conviction, as it often leads to success or at least admiration for your courage, whereas hesitation makes you vulnerable. Indecision or half-hearted actions can lead to disaster. When you act timidly, you give others the opportunity to attack or outmaneuver you. Inaction breeds doubt in others and, more importantly, in yourself. Bold actions inspire confidence in yourself and others. People tend to gravitate toward those who take decisive action, even when there's risk involved. Boldness makes you appear strong and capable, which can intimidate opponents and galvanize allies. Even if you fail while being bold, the audacity of your actions often earns respect, and failure can be seen as a temporary setback, rather than a reflection of weakness. On the other hand, failure due to hesitation makes you seem weak and incapable. Boldness requires overcoming fear. Rather than waiting for the perfect moment, recognize that power often comes to those willing to act before everything is in place. Fortune favors the brave, and risks must be taken to secure great rewards. When others hesitate or show weakness, you should move swiftly and confidently to take advantage. Boldness can paralyze the timid and create an opening for you to seize the upper hand. Boldness creates a snowball effect. Once you begin acting with confidence and purpose, you generate momentum that can carry you forward. This can lead to unexpected opportunities, as others are often drawn to bold, energetic individuals. Throughout history, bold military strategies have often led to victory. Napoleon Bonaparte, for instance, frequently used bold, unexpected tactics that took his enemies by surprise. His audacity in battle allowed him to win numerous campaigns, even when outnumbered. Successful entrepreneurs like Richard Branson and Elon Musk have taken bold risks in business. By entering action with boldness, whether launching new ventures or disrupting industries, they've inspired confidence in investors and followers alike, regardless of potential setbacks. When faced with a choice, make a decision and act on it swiftly. Don't let fear of failure or analysis paralysis slow you down. The sooner you act, the sooner you gain feedback and can adjust your course if necessary. When you move forward with boldness, project confidence through your body language, tone of voice, and decisions. This will signal to others that you are in control, even if you are uncertain about the outcome. In situations where bold action is needed, don't wait for others to approve or validate your decisions. Take initiative and lead the charge. Those who hesitate will often fall behind or look to you for guidance. Boldness doesn't mean recklessness. Before acting, weigh the risks and rewards carefully. However, once a decision is made, commit fully and move forward without second guessing. If your bold actions don't immediately succeed, don't let this discourage you. Failure in boldness can be reframed as a learning experience or a stepping stone to future success. The key is to maintain momentum and keep pushing forward. Bold moves can catch your opponents off guard. When others expect you to be cautious or passive, suddenly acting with boldness can throw them off balance and give you a strategic advantage. Law 28 teaches that entering action with boldness is crucial for success and power. Boldness projects strength and confidence, intimidates rivals, and attracts allies. It inspires respect and can even make up for minor mistakes or failures. Boldness generates momentum, creating a cycle of success that can carry you further than hesitation ever will. To master power, embrace risk, and move decisively in pursuit of your goals, understanding that bold action often leads to reward, even in the face of uncertainty. Law 29. Plan all the way to the end. This law emphasizes the importance of long-term planning and foresight. Those who achieve and maintain power are able to think far into the future, mapping out their strategies and anticipating potential obstacles or consequences. When you plan all the way to the end, you avoid the pitfalls of short-term thinking, unexpected surprises, and costly mistakes. In contrast, failure to plan can leave you vulnerable, as you'll be unprepared for the unforeseen challenges that arise. Always start with a clear vision of what you want to achieve. Whether it's a personal goal, business project, or power struggle, visualize your end result and plan backward from there. By knowing the desired outcome, you can chart a path that will lead you to it. Anticipate the potential twists and turns along the way. Consider not only your immediate moves, but also how they will impact your future strategy. Planning several steps ahead will allow you to stay in control and adjust to any changes in the environment. While it's impossible to predict everything, you can mitigate risk by preparing for a range of possible scenarios. Think through potential problems or resistance you may face and develop contingency plans to address them. Acting impulsively or out of emotion can derail even the best-laid plans. Emotional reactions can cloud your judgment and cause you to make decisions that don't align with your long-term goals. Stay calm and rational, and avoid letting short-term frustrations lead you astray. Once you have mapped out your strategy, stay focused on your goal. Don't be easily distracted or swayed by momentary temptations. Sticking to the plan will help you maintain discipline and increase your chances of success. While it's important to plan carefully, it's equally important to remain flexible. If circumstances change or new information arises, be ready to adjust your plan without losing sight of the ultimate goal. Great generals and military leaders, like Alexander the Great, meticulously planned their campaigns from beginning to end. They anticipated the movements of their enemies, calculated the logistics of their armies, and made long-term strategies to ensure victory. Alexander, for instance, didn't just focus on conquering cities. He also considered how to maintain control of vast territories over time. In the corporate world, successful entrepreneurs and CEOs often plan their ventures with an eye on the long term. Jeff Bezos, for instance, famously built Amazon with a vision of long-term dominance in e-commerce, focusing on growth over short-term profits. His detailed planning and foresight helped him to navigate market changes and ultimately build one of the world's most powerful companies. Define your ultimate objectives, whether in your career, personal life, or business. Your goals should be specific, measurable, and achievable with the right planning. Keep them in mind as you develop your strategy. Once you have a clear end goal, reverse engineer your strategy. Identify the steps you need to take to reach the final outcome and build a roadmap that includes key milestones along the way. Consider the challenges or resistance you may encounter on the path to your goal. Think about how your competitors, colleagues, or adversaries may try to thwart your progress and devise counter-strategies to stay ahead. As you move forward, regularly assess your progress. If new obstacles arise or circumstances change, be prepared to adjust your plan while keeping your end goal in sight. Flexibility is key to long-term success. It's easy to become distracted by short-term gains or setbacks. However, staying focused on the big picture will help you avoid getting lost in immediate concerns that don't align with your ultimate goals. The farther ahead you plan, the more control you maintain over your destiny. Unexpected challenges are less likely to throw you off course, because you've already considered them in your planning process. Law 29 emphasizes that power comes from foresight, careful planning, and long-term thinking. By mapping out your path to success, anticipating challenges and planning for the future, you gain control over your fate and reduce the chances of being caught off guard. This law is a reminder that short-term thinking can lead to failure, while those who plan all the way to the end are more likely to achieve lasting success. Stay focused, be prepared, and remain flexible, always keeping your ultimate goal in mind. Law 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. This law emphasizes the importance of appearing graceful, natural, and effortless in everything you do. When your achievements and successes seem easy, it adds to your allure, making you appear more capable, powerful, and charismatic. By contrast, showing too much effort or struggle can make you seem desperate or less competent. The art of power lies in mastering this appearance of ease while concealing the hard work and challenges behind the scenes. To make your success appear effortless, you must conceal the effort, planning, and preparation behind it. People are impressed by results, not by the struggles that lead to them. Present your achievements as the natural outcome of your talents or intelligence. Success seems more impressive when it arrives at the perfect moment. By carefully timing your moves and actions, you can create the impression that everything falls into place without difficulty. Avoid rushing or showing impatience, as it can reveal the effort behind your actions. When faced with challenges or difficulties, maintain your composure. Acting as though nothing phases you adds to the illusion of effortlessness. People will admire your calm, believing that you are in full control, even in chaotic situations. Even when dealing with complex or difficult tasks, present them as simple and manageable. This enhances your reputation as someone who can handle anything with ease and grace. The simpler you make things appear, the more powerful you seem. Avoid boasting or drawing too much attention to your accomplishments. Instead, let others recognize and praise your success on their own. This gives the impression that you're so naturally talented that you don't need to advertise your wins. Grand, ostentatious displays can come across as trying too hard. True power and influence are often wielded quietly and subtly. Make sure your moves and victories speak for themselves, rather than appearing as though you're seeking recognition. Great artists, musicians, and performers often make their craft seem effortless, though it requires years of hard work and practice. For example, a dancer like Misty Copeland or an athlete like Roger Federer can make highly demanding feats seem like second nature, adding to their mystique and appeal. Skilled politicians often appear calm and composed, even during heated debates or high-stakes negotiations. Leaders like John F. Kennedy maintained an air of cool confidence, never showing the stress or pressure behind the scenes, making their accomplishments seem effortless. Visionaries like Steve Jobs projected an image of effortless innovation, downplaying the years of hard work, setbacks, and failures that went into building revolutionary products. His charisma and confidence added to the myth that Apple's success was almost inevitable. Master your craft, discipline, or skills in private, so that when it's time to perform or execute, you can make it look easy. The less others see your preparation, the more impressed they'll be by the final result. No matter the pressure or challenge, strive to appear calm, composed, and in control. Even when things go wrong, avoid showing panic or frustration. This not only makes you seem more capable, but also gives you an aura of calm confidence. Break down complex tasks into smaller, manageable steps, then present them as simple to others. Even when you've spent considerable effort on a project, deliver it as though it required little effort on your part. When complimented on your achievements, downplay your role. This gives the impression that your success is the natural outcome of your abilities, not something that required excessive effort. Resist the urge to show off or be overly dramatic about your achievements. Power is more effective when it is subtle and not flaunted. Let others marvel at how easy you make success look, rather than forcing them to acknowledge it. Make it seem as if your success or achievements come naturally at just the right moment. This requires you to plan meticulously behind the scenes but present the results as though they happened by chance or good fortune. Law 30 teaches that the appearance of effortlessness adds to the perception of power and mastery. By concealing the hard work and preparation that goes into your accomplishments, you make success look natural and inevitable. This law plays into the psychology of admiration. People are drawn to those who seem to achieve great things with ease, as it implies talent, confidence, and control. To truly wield power, master your craft behind the scenes while presenting a calm, effortless exterior in public. Law 31. Control the options, get others to play with the cards you deal. This law emphasizes the importance of controlling situations by giving others a limited set of choices that all ultimately benefit you. By setting up scenarios where the options seem to favor others but are actually prearranged to serve your interests, you maintain power and control. When people believe they are acting of their own free will, they are less likely to resist or suspect manipulation, even though you've orchestrated the outcome. When dealing with others, always present them with choices that lead to outcomes favorable to you. The fewer the options, the better, as long as they believe they have freedom of choice. These choices create the illusion of control for others while ensuring you steer the situation to your desired result. People resist when they feel coerced or manipulated. By offering them a limited range of choices that appear to interest their interests, you disguise your control. They will believe they are making independent decisions, even though all the paths they choose benefit you. Design situations where, no matter what choice someone makes, you come out ahead. This is the ultimate form of control, as every possible outcome works in your favor, leaving them with no true advantage. Present your options as if there are only two or a few possibilities, when in reality there are many more. This narrows the field and forces people into a decision that appears to be between two extremes. Both choices should align with your interests, making them feel as though they are in control when they're not. People will often rebel if they feel forced into a decision. By giving them a sense of agency and the illusion that they are in control, you neutralize resistance. The more convinced they are that they're acting on their own, the less they'll realize they've been manipulated. Sometimes controlling the options means manipulating situations well in advance. Anticipate future scenarios and shape the available choices before they arise. By carefully structuring events, you can lead others down a path that results in their eventual voluntary compliance. Politicians and leaders often control the options presented to the public. For example, they may frame an issue in terms of two choices: either support their policy or face a negative consequence. This technique gives voters the illusion of choice while directing them toward the desired outcome. In business, skilled negotiators often present limited options that seem reasonable but are designed to benefit their side. For instance, a company might offer a customer two payment plans that both appear favorable, but in reality, both are structured to maximize the company's profit. In history, powerful figures like Napoleon would offer peace treaties or negotiations that appeared to give the other side a choice, but all options were rigged in Napoleon's favor. This allowed him to win battles politically without necessarily resorting to military force. Before entering negotiations or discussions, determine what outcome you want and craft options that will lead others toward that result. Consider how each option you present can be framed to benefit you, no matter what they choose. When you want to control a situation, don't overwhelm others with too many options. Provide 2 or 3 possibilities that all steer the person toward the outcome you desire. Frame these options as though they are the only realistic or practical choices. Even though the options you present benefit you, ensure they seem advantageous to others as well. People are less likely to question or resist choices that appear to serve their interests. If all the paths lead to a positive outcome for you, they'll feel like they've won too. If someone tries to introduce new options or alternatives that you didn't anticipate, steer the conversation back to your predetermined choices. Redirect their attention by emphasizing the benefits of the options you've laid out and downplay alternatives that don't suit your goals. To push people toward a particular choice, introduce a sense of urgency or a consequence for inaction. For instance, offer a limited time deal or highlight the drawbacks of not making a decision. This can create pressure for others to act within the boundaries you've set. When possible, present only 2 clear choices, framing one as far less desirable than the other. This binary framing makes the decision process simpler for others and often leads them toward the option you prefer without them realizing they've been steered. Law 31 teaches the art of control through the strategic presentation of choices. By limiting the options available to others and crafting scenarios where all choices benefit you, you can guide people's decisions while maintaining the appearance of giving them autonomy. This law underscores the power of subtle manipulation, as people are less likely to resist when they feel they are in control of the outcome. To master power, always control the options, ensuring that no matter what, the cards they play are always the ones you've dealt. Law 32. Play to people's fantasies. Overview. This law highlights the importance of appealing to people's fantasies rather than focusing on the harsh realities of life. So people are often drawn to illusions, dreams, and desires that promise them escape from the mundane or difficult aspects of their existence. By tapping into these fantasies, you can win their loyalty, trust, and influence, offering something they long for but rarely get. So playing to their fantasies allows you to control and manipulate them by offering hope and the promise of something better. People often prefer to live in a world of dreams and illusions rather than face the harsh truths of life. Fantasies offer an escape from the burdens of reality, and those who can offer or promise these dreams hold great power and understand the dreams and desires of those you want to influence. Offer people an image or vision of what they wish their lives could be. This vision can be anything from a romantic ideal to the promise of success, happiness, or fame. Craft your message to speak to their deeper desires, making them believe that through you, they can achieve what they've always dreamed of. Once you've tapped into someone's fantasy, you must carefully maintain it. Too much reality can burst the bubble and ruin the illusion. Offer just enough glimpses of success or fulfillment to keep them believing that their fantasy is within reach, but never let them fully attain it. If they realize that the fantasy is out of reach, they may become disillusioned. People crave hope and optimism, especially when faced with a difficult or uncertain future. By promising them a better tomorrow or a magical solution to their problems, you can easily win them over. They are more likely to follow someone who offers the possibility of an ideal future than someone who emphasizes the struggle of achieving it. Realists and pragmatists often struggle to gain the same level of influence as those who offer dreams. While realism has its place, when it comes to power and influence, people are more easily swayed by what could be rather than what is. Avoid focusing on what's practical or possible, focus instead on what's desirable. When playing to fantasies, you must appear larger than life. People want to believe in something extraordinary. So craft your persona and message to align with this. Charismatic, mysterious, and magnetic, giving them the impression that you can deliver what no one else can. Leaders like Napoleon and Alexander the Great inspired their followers with grand visions of empire, conquest, and glory. They didn't merely present the reality of their military campaigns but promised their soldiers an idealized future of honor, riches, and lasting fame. This kept their troops loyal, even in the face of hardship. Companies frequently play to consumers' fantasies, whether it's the promise of luxury, success, or happiness. For example, brands like Apple create a sense of exclusivity and innovation, making people feel that owning their products is part of an elite, forward-thinking lifestyle. Advertisers often sell dreams, not products. Religious figures throughout history have promised salvation, eternal happiness, or a better world, appealing to people's desire for hope and meaning beyond their everyday struggles. Similarly, politicians often use the promise of a brighter future to rally support, even when the actual path to achieving it may be uncertain. Pay close attention to what motivates people, their hopes, dreams, and fears. Understanding their fantasies allows you to tailor your message or actions to fulfill those desires. Whether it's wealth, love, or power, align yourself with what they yearn for most. Offer a grand, enticing vision of the future that people can buy into. This can be personal success, social change, or a romantic ideal. Speak to their imagination and craft a narrative that allows them to see themselves in a better, more fulfilled life. While you don't have to deliver the fantasy entirely, give people enough to keep them hopeful. Offer small wins or incremental rewards that make it seem like their dreams are within reach. This will keep them loyal and motivated. Be careful not to let reality intrude too much into the fantasy. If people see that the fantasy is impossible or too difficult to achieve, they may lose faith in you. Balance hope with just enough tangible results to keep the dream alive without revealing the full truth. When playing to fantasies, your persona is crucial. You must project an aura of confidence and mystery, as people want to believe that you possess something special. But the more extraordinary and alluring you seem, the more likely people will believe that you can deliver on their dreams. While it's tempting to promise the world, be careful not to commit to anything that will be too hard to deliver. Instead, focus on inspiring hope and desire, offering just enough to keep people engaged without guaranteeing results that may expose you later. Law 32 teaches that fantasies are far more powerful motivators than reality. By tapping into people's dreams and desires, you can guide their actions and maintain influence over them. People are drawn to those who can offer them escape from their everyday struggles and the promise of something greater. Whether in politics, business, or personal relationships, understanding and playing to these fantasies allows you to maintain control and wield power effectively. Always remember that people crave the extraordinary, and by offering it to them, however illusory, you become indispensable. Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. This law revolves around the idea of identifying and exploiting the weaknesses and vulnerabilities of others to gain an advantage. The term thumbscrew refers to a person's sensitive point or a lever that can be used to manipulate them. By discovering what makes others tick, their fears, desires, or insecurities, you can influence and control them more effectively. This law emphasizes the importance of psychological insight and strategic manipulation in interpersonal dynamics. Everyone has a weakness or a pressure point that can be leveraged. This could be a fear, a desire for approval, a past trauma, or an insecurity. To exert power over others, you must understand the complexities of human behavior and motivations. Pay close attention to people's words, behaviors, and emotional responses. Often, their vulnerabilities are revealed through subtle cues or unguarded moments. Observing interactions and listening carefully can provide invaluable insights into their weaknesses. Engaging people in conversation and asking open-ended questions can reveal their insecurities or desires. By allowing them to express themselves, you can uncover their thumbscrews without them realizing that you're gathering information to exploit later. Once you have a suspicion of a person's weakness, you can gently probe or test their reactions. This might involve making a comment or suggestion that touches on their vulnerability. Their response will indicate how deeply that particular issue affects them. When you identify a vulnerability, approach it delicately. Abruptly confronting someone with their weakness can lead to defensiveness or conflict. Instead, weave the information into a larger narrative or discussion that serves your purpose. Once you've identified a person's sensitive point, you can use it to influence their behavior. This could involve offering praise, making them feel important, or subtly highlighting their fears to guide their decisions in your decisions. In business negotiations, skilled negotiators often seek to uncover the vulnerabilities of their opponents. For instance, if they learn that a competitor is afraid of appearing weak, they might use aggressive tactics to force a concession, knowing that their opponent's fear will drive them to agree to unfavorable terms. Leaders like Machiavelli and Sun Tzu understood the importance of knowing the weaknesses of their adversaries. Machiavelli advised rulers to exploit the fears of their subjects to maintain control, while Sun Tzu emphasized knowing the enemy's strengths and weaknesses to strategize effectively in warfare. Many successful salespeople and marketers excel at identifying and exploiting the emotional triggers of their customers. By understanding what drives a customer's purchasing decisions, be it status, security, or fear of missing out, they can tailor their pitches to resonate with those vulnerabilities. Conduct thorough research, whether in business, politics, or personal relationships. Gather as much information as you can about the individuals you interact with. Understanding their background, aspirations, and fears will give you a clearer picture of their vulnerabilities. Pay attention to body language, tone of voice, and emotional responses in conversations. These cues can indicate areas of sensitivity and reveal what truly matters to the person you're dealing with. Engage in active listening. When interacting with others, focus on truly listening rather than just waiting for your turn to speak. This can help you catch subtle hints about their insecurities and desires, which are key to identifying their thumbscrew. Don't be afraid to test different approaches to see how someone reacts. This can help you refine your understanding of their vulnerabilities and adapt your strategy accordingly. Establish a rapport with the person before attempting to exploit their weaknesses. People are more likely to reveal their vulnerabilities to those they trust, allowing you to gather more information to work with. When leveraging someone's weakness, be careful not to overstep boundaries or make them feel threatened. Subtle manipulation is more effective than overt coercion. The goal is to guide their behavior without them feeling controlled. Law 33 teaches the power of psychological insight in interpersonal dynamics. By discovering and exploiting the vulnerabilities of others, you can gain influence and control over situations and people. Understanding that everyone has a thumbscrew allows you to navigate relationships and negotiations with greater effectiveness. However, this approach requires finesse, tact, and a deep understanding of human nature. The ability to identify and leverage these sensitive points can lead to significant advantages in various aspects of life, whether in personal relationships, business dealings, or political maneuvers. Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. This law emphasizes the importance of self-presentation and self-worth in gaining respect and authority. By embodying the qualities of a leader, confidence, poise, and dignity, you can command the respect of others and cultivate an image that befits royalty. The way you carry yourself and how you perceive your own value directly influences how others perceive and treat you. When you act with confidence and assertiveness, people are more likely to respond in kind. Your demeanor plays a crucial role in how you are perceived. Carry yourself with confidence and assurance, much like a king or queen would. This includes maintaining good posture, making eye contact, and speaking clearly. Confidence is often interpreted as competence and strength. Treat yourself with respect and expect others to do the same. By valuing your own worth, you set a standard for how others should treat you. This self-respect creates an aura of authority that commands admiration and loyalty. Your appearance can significantly influence how others perceive you. Dressing well and appropriately for your role can enhance your image and convey an air of importance. Investing in your wardrobe sends a message that you take yourself seriously and expect others to do the same. Don't rely solely on societal norms or the opinions of others to define your worth. Create your own standards of excellence and hold yourself to them. When you act according to your values and principles, you cultivate a unique identity that stands out. Being present and engaged in interactions amplifies your royal demeanor. Practice active listening and make others feel valued and important. When people feel significant in your presence, they are more likely to respect and elevate you in return. Just as royalty often exudes an air of mystery, you should avoid revealing everything about yourself too quickly. Maintain an element of intrigue that keeps others interested and engaged, making them want to know more about you without feeling entitled to all your secrets. Leaders throughout history, such as Julius Caesar and Queen Elizabeth I, understood the importance of projecting authority. Their behavior, speech, and presentation were carefully crafted to evoke admiration and loyalty from their subjects. Their regal demeanor helped solidify their power and influence. Entrepreneurs like Steve Jobs and Richard Branson have built their brands around their personalities, projecting confidence and charisma. They dressed to impress and created an image that resonated with their target audiences, establishing themselves as industry leaders. Many successful influencers and celebrities embody this law by curating their public personas. They project an image of success and exclusivity, which helps them maintain their status and appeal to their followers. Reflect on your strengths, values, and what makes you unique. Cultivate a positive self-image that aligns with the royal persona you wish to embody. This will help you approach situations with confidence. Invest time and resources into your wardrobe to ensure that you present yourself well. Choose clothing that reflects your personal style while also conveying authority and professionalism. Your appearance should align with how you want others to perceive you. Practice speaking clearly and assertively. Use confident body language, such as maintaining eye contact and using open gestures. When you communicate with authority, others are more likely to respect your opinions and decisions. Establish clear boundaries in your relationships and interactions. By defining what behavior is acceptable and what is not, you reinforce your self-worth and encourage others to treat you accordingly. While it's important to connect with others, maintain an air of selectivity. Engage with people who uplift you and align with your vision, while being cautious about allowing those who might undermine your confidence into your inner circle. Curate your online and offline presence to reflect the royal image you wish to project. Use social media and personal interactions to convey your values and personality, ensuring that your brand is cohesive and compelling. Law 34 teaches that the way you carry yourself and the image you project directly impact how others treat you. By embodying the qualities of a king or queen, confidence, dignity, and authority, you can command respect and elevate your status. It's about believing in your own worth and ensuring that others recognize and respond to it. When you act like royalty, you create an atmosphere in which people are compelled to treat you as such, thereby enhancing your influence and power in various aspects of life. Embrace your royal persona and watch how it transforms your interactions and relationships. Law 35. Master the art of timing. This law underscores the critical importance of timing in achieving success and influence. Recognizing the right moment to act or to hold back is essential in navigating relationships, negotiations, and personal goals. The mastery of timing involves understanding both the external environment and the internal dynamics of situations. By being aware of when to seize opportunities and when to exercise patience, you can enhance your strategic advantage and maximize your impact. Timing is everything. Successful individuals are those who can identify the right moments to make their moves. This requires vigilance and the ability to read the situation and the emotions of those involved. Acting too early or too late can lead to failure, so cultivate an awareness of the rhythms of your environment. Take note of the patterns and trends in the behavior of others, as well as in broader social, political, and economic contexts. This insight can help you anticipate the right moments for action, whether in personal relationships, business endeavors, or career advancements. Patience is a vital component of mastering timing. Sometimes the best action is inaction, waiting for the right conditions to align before making a decision. Cultivating patience can lead to greater rewards in the long run, as premature actions can jeopardize your goals. Opportunities often present themselves unexpectedly. Being prepared and alert will allow you to take advantage of these moments as they arise. This involves maintaining a flexible mindset and readiness to pivot your strategy when necessary. Timing is influenced by context, including cultural, social, and environmental factors. A successful strategist must grasp the nuances of their situation and adapt their actions to fit the prevailing mood and circumstances. Emotional reactions can cloud judgment and lead to poor timing. Strive to maintain composure and clarity, allowing you to assess situations more rationally and make informed decisions about when to act. Figures like Napoleon Bonaparte exemplified the mastery of timing in military strategy. He understood when to launch attacks and when to retreat, capitalizing on the weaknesses of his enemies at the opportune moment. His ability to gauge the readiness of his troops and the enemy led to numerous victories. Entrepreneurs such as Jeff Bezos have thrived by recognizing trends and market shifts before they become mainstream. Amazon's expansion into cloud computing with Oz was a calculated move based on observing emerging technology trends, allowing the company to dominate the market. Politicians often navigate complex landscapes, knowing when to take bold actions and when to exercise caution. For instance, Franklin D. Roosevelt's decision to implement the New Deal during the Great Depression was a response to the dire economic circumstances and the public's readiness for change, showcasing an understanding of the political climate. Develop a keen sense of observation regarding your environment and the people around you. This includes monitoring changes in mood, behavior, and context that can signal a good time to act or hold back. Resist the urge to act impulsively. Allow situations to unfold naturally and be willing to wait for the right moment to intervene. This patience can lead to more favorable outcomes. Identify your objectives and the steps needed to achieve them. By having a clear vision, you can better assess when conditions are favorable for pursuing those goals. Maintain adaptability in your plans. Being able to pivot when unexpected opportunities or challenges arise can significantly enhance your ability to master timing. Engage with trusted advisors or mentors who can provide insights into timing. Their perspectives may help you see things from different angles, improving your judgment about when to act. Analyze previous experiences where timing played a role, both successful and unsuccessful. Reflecting on these moments can help you identify patterns and improve your future decision-making. Law 35 emphasizes that timing is a crucial factor in achieving power and influence. By mastering the art of timing, knowing when to act, when to wait, and how to recognize opportunities, you can enhance your effectiveness in various endeavors. Success often hinges not just on actions taken, but on the precision of those actions in relation to the context in which they occur. Cultivating a deep understanding of timing can significantly amplify your influence and success, allowing you to navigate complex situations with greater ease and effectiveness. Law 36. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. This law highlights the power of indifference when faced with something unattainable. Instead of openly desiring or pursuing something that is out of reach, disdain it. By acting as if it doesn't matter, you diminish its power over you. The more attention you give to something you can't have, the more control it has over you. Indifference, on the other hand, creates a sense of self-sufficiency and strength, while subtly disempowering the person or thing that stands in your way. When you openly covet something, whether it's an object, position, or person, you reveal your vulnerability. It shows others what you lack and what can be used to manipulate you. By disdaining what you cannot have, you retain your strength and independence. When you ignore what you can't obtain, you deny it importance. This sends a message that your worth is not tied to external factors. Others will see you as self-contained, leading them to respect and admire your resilience. Ignoring something can often turn the tables. What is denied your attention can lose its allure or relevance. This tactic is particularly useful in situations where you might be competing for something or trying to win over someone's favor. By refusing to dwell on things you cannot have, you free up emotional energy that can be invested in pursuits that are within your control. This promotes mental clarity and helps you focus on meaningful goals rather than wasting time on unattainable desires. Instead of seeing the unattainable as a loss, frame it as irrelevant to your ultimate goals. This mindset shift can help you regain control over your emotions and thoughts, reducing any negative impact the unattainable might have on your self-esteem or drive. Alexander the Great, known for his insatiable ambition, was also wise enough to withdraw when certain lands were not worth conquering. By focusing on attainable strategic victories, he maintained his empire's strength rather than wasting resources on impossible pursuits. In negotiations, successful entrepreneurs often walk away from deals that don't serve their long-term vision. By ignoring less favorable opportunities, they create leverage, demonstrating that they are not dependent on any one outcome for success. Learn to detach yourself emotionally from things you cannot control or obtain. Practice mindfulness techniques or mental exercises that help you distance yourself from desires that do not serve your long-term goals. Instead of seeing unattainable things as a form of failure, redefine success on your terms. Focus on what you can accomplish and invest in those pursuits that align with your core values and aspirations. When someone tries to provoke you by dangling something unattainable in front of you, whether it's a job offer, a relationship, or a deal, respond with silence or indifference. This can shift the power dynamic and may even cause the other party to reconsider their approach. Channel your energy into areas where you have control and potential for growth. By building on your own strengths, you become less reliant on external validation or unattainable goals. View setbacks or unattainable desires as temporary. With patience and focus, new opportunities will arise. In your YouTube content, for example, This principle can apply when choosing which trends or ideas to pursue. Not every popular topic needs your attention. Focusing on the deeper, more meaningful ideas can have a lasting impact, building long-term credibility. Law 36 encourages a disciplined approach to desires and goals. By ignoring things you cannot have, you not only free yourself from the burden of want, but also project strength and independence. This practice creates a sense of control and power over your life, enabling you to focus on what truly matters: your growth, your influence, and your vision. In the same way that an architect designs with purpose, focus on what aligns with your life's blueprint, and dismiss distractions that detract from your ultimate vision. Law 37. Create compelling spectacles. This law emphasizes the importance of creating powerful, memorable spectacles to capture attention and influence others. A well-crafted spectacle can evoke emotions, communicate messages more effectively than words, and solidify your position or authority in a given situation. Spectacles draw people in, engage them, and ensure that they remember you long after the event has ended. By mastering the art of spectacle, you can enhance your reputation and establish a strong presence in any context. People are drawn to visual stimuli, and grand visuals can create lasting impressions. Use dramatic displays, striking imagery, or bold presentations to seize attention and convey your message powerfully. Spectacles should not only be visually stunning but also emotionally engaging. They should elicit feelings such as awe, excitement, or inspiration, creating a memorable experience for your audience. When people feel something, they are more likely to remember the experience and associate it with you. Incorporating symbols that resonate with your audience can amplify the impact of your spectacle. These symbols should connect with shared beliefs, values, or cultural references, making the experience more relatable and meaningful. A compelling spectacle should tell a story, whether through performance, presentation, or visual displays. Weaving a narrative into your spectacle can enhance engagement and comprehension. People are drawn to stories, and a well-told narrative can amplify your message. Authenticity is crucial when creating spectacles. Ensure that your spectacles align with your values and goals. Audiences can sense inauthenticity, and a lack of genuine intent can undermine your credibility and influence. Tailor your spectacles to the preferences, interests, and cultural backgrounds of your audience. Understanding who they are will help you create experiences that resonate with them, maximizing engagement and impact. The coronation of Queen Elizabeth II in 1953 is a prime example of a grand spectacle. The elaborate ceremony, complete with pageantry, music, and visual splendor, captivated audiences around the world and solidified her authority as a monarch. Companies like Apple have mastered the art of creating spectacles during product launches. The dramatic presentations, sleek visuals, and engaging storytelling during their events create excitement and anticipation, drawing in customers and media alike. Events like the Olympics or large-scale music festivals are spectacles that captivate millions. These events combine music, dance, art, and community, creating an unforgettable experience that fosters unity and pride. When organizing an event or presentation, think about how to make it visually stunning and emotionally resonant. Consider elements such as lighting, staging, and design to create an environment that captivates your audience. Use videos, slides, or other multimedia elements to enhance your presentations. Engaging visuals can help convey complex ideas more effectively and keep your audience's attention. Weave narratives into your presentations or communications, whether you are sharing personal experiences or case studies. In today's digital age, creating online spectacles can enhance your influence. Use platforms like Instagram or TikTok to share visually striking content that captures attention and engages your audience. If relevant, consider incorporating performance elements into your presentations, such as music, dance, or live demonstrations. This can elevate the overall experience and create lasting impressions. After creating a spectacle, seek feedback from your audience. Understanding their reactions and engagement can provide valuable insights for future endeavors. Law 37 teaches that compelling spectacles can be a powerful tool in gaining attention, influencing others, and enhancing your reputation. By capturing attention visually, evoking emotions, and telling engaging stories, you can create memorable experiences that resonate with your audience. Just as a well-designed architectural space draws in and inspires its occupants, a carefully crafted spectacle can leave a lasting impact, ensuring that your message is not only heard but also felt and remembered. Embrace the art of spectacle to elevate your influence and presence in any endeavor. Law 38. Think as you like, but behave like others. This law highlights the importance of outward conformity while maintaining your own independent thoughts and beliefs. By blending in with the behavior of those around you, you avoid drawing unnecessary attention to yourself and reduce the risk of conflict or alienation. This approach allows you to navigate social dynamics more effectively while keeping your true intentions and thoughts hidden from others. Ultimately, it empowers you to maintain your individuality without compromising your ability to connect with and influence others. When you behave like those around you, you create a protective layer that makes it harder for others to scrutinize or challenge you. This conformity helps you blend in, allowing you to observe and analyze the social landscape without drawing undue attention to yourself. While you may conform outwardly, it's crucial to retain your own thoughts and beliefs internally. This allows you to think critically and strategically, providing you with a clearer perspective on situations that may affect your goals. By behaving like others, you can gather valuable insights about their motivations, weaknesses, and desires. This understanding enables you to tailor your approach and adapt your strategies based on the dynamics at play. Many conflicts arise from differences in beliefs and behaviors. By adopting the outward behaviors of those around you, you can reduce friction and maintain harmonious relationships, making it easier to pursue your objectives without obstruction. Sometimes, conformity can be a strategic choice. By blending in and establishing rapport, you can gain trust and access to opportunities that might otherwise be closed off to you. Once you have established a solid foundation, you can gradually express your true thoughts and ideas when the time is right. In social situations, it's often wise to keep your unconventional thoughts to yourself. Sharing them too openly can alienate others or put you at risk of being perceived as an outsider. Discretion is key to maintaining your influence. Many successful business leaders, such as Warren Buffett, often exhibit a humble and unassuming demeanor in public settings. While they may have unique insights and strategies, they often engage in small talk and appear relatable, allowing them to connect with others while maintaining their distinctive vision. Politicians frequently employ this tactic by aligning with the public's sentiments while privately holding differing views. This ability to connect with constituents helps them maintain popularity and avoid backlash while still pursuing their agendas. Celebrities often adopt mainstream behaviors or trends to maintain their appeal and relevance. This can involve dressing similarly to the public or engaging in popular cultural phenomena, while privately holding their own beliefs. Pay attention to the behaviors and attitudes of those around you in various settings. Understanding these norms will enable you to conform outwardly without sacrificing your internal beliefs. Engage with others and listen attentively. This allows you to understand their perspectives, making it easier to align your behavior without losing sight of your own thoughts. Being able to read social cues and adapt your behavior accordingly can enhance your interactions. Emotional intelligence will help you navigate complex social dynamics more effectively. Not every situation requires you to express your true thoughts. Assess when it's essential to conform for strategic reasons and when it's appropriate to voice your opinions. Consider developing a persona that reflects the behaviors and attitudes of those around you while keeping your true self hidden. The persona can serve as a social tool that allows you to engage without revealing your inner thoughts. Once you establish a connection with others through conformity, you can gradually introduce your unique perspectives and ideas. This transition is more likely to be well received when you have already built trust and rapport. Law 38 teaches the art of balancing internal individuality with external conformity. By thinking as you like while behaving like others, you can navigate social environments with greater ease and influence. This law emphasizes that true power often lies in subtlety and the ability to adapt to your surroundings while maintaining your own independent perspective. Like an architect designing a building that seamlessly integrates into its environment, you can position yourself strategically within social dynamics, allowing you to achieve your objectives without unnecessary conflict or scrutiny. Embrace this law to enhance your social skills and navigate the complexities of human interactions with confidence. Law 39. Stir up waters to catch fish. This law emphasizes the strategic value of creating chaos or confusion to manipulate situations to your advantage. By stirring up the waters, you disrupt the status quo, which can lead to opportunities for yourself while disorienting others. This principle revolves around understanding that in a state of upheaval, people may act irrationally, making mistakes that you can capitalize on. By introducing turbulence, you can draw out hidden motives, provoke reactions, and ultimately gain a competitive edge. By creating uncertainty or conflict, you force others to react rather than plan. This can expose weaknesses, reveal true intentions, or prompt hasty decisions that you can exploit. In a chaotic environment, individuals may feel pressured to act, which can create openings for you to maneuver. By introducing distractions or dilemmas, you may uncover opportunities that would have remained hidden in calmer waters. Stirring up emotions such as fear, excitement, or confusion can lead people to make decisions based on impulse rather than rational thought. This allows you to guide their actions toward outcomes that serve your interests. Use diversion tactics to shift focus from your true intentions. While others are preoccupied with the chaos you've created, you can pursue your objectives without scrutiny. When you create a disturbance, ensure you maintain a position of relative safety. This allows you to observe and respond to the unfolding situation without being directly involved in the chaos. Cultivating an air of unpredictability can amplify the confusion. When others can't anticipate your moves, they are less likely to counteract your strategies effectively. Machiavelli wrote about stirring up chaos in The Prince, suggesting that leaders create division among their enemies to weaken their resolve. Historical rulers often employed tactics of misinformation or provocation to destabilize their opponents and consolidate power. Companies sometimes create a buzz or controversy around their brand or products, drawing attention away from competitors. This can involve launching provocative marketing campaigns or initiating rivalries that generate interest and discussion. Politicians frequently use this law to distract from unfavorable issues or controversies by shifting focus to sensational topics. By introducing provocative statements or controversies, they can divert attention from their shortcomings or scandals. Assess the strengths and weaknesses of your competitors or adversaries. By understanding where they are vulnerable, you can effectively create disturbances that exploit these weaknesses. Develop a storyline that stirs emotions and piques interest. Whether in business or personal interactions, weaving compelling narratives can draw people into your sphere of influence. When you initiate disturbance, be prepared to navigate the resulting turmoil. Ensure you have a plan to capitalize on the opportunities that arise from the chaos while managing any potential backlash. Use the confusion to observe how others respond. This can provide insights into their true motivations, strategies, and weaknesses, which you can leverage later. Maintain an element of mystery around your intentions. When people are unsure of your goals, they may be less likely to confront you directly, allowing you to operate with greater freedom. The situation may evolve unexpectedly once chaos is introduced. Stay flexible and ready to adapt your strategies based on the responses you observe. Law 39 teaches that creating chaos can serve as a strategic tool in navigating complex social and competitive environments. By stirring up the waters, you can provoke reactions, uncover hidden opportunities, and gain a tactical advantage over others. Like an architect who designs spaces that draw in people, you can design scenarios that draw out responses from others, allowing you to better understand and influence the landscape around you. Embracing this law will empower you to act decisively and creatively, ensuring that you are always one step ahead in the game of power and influence. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. This law highlights the inherent dangers and hidden costs associated with accepting something for nothing. While free offerings may seem attractive, they often come with strings attached or expectations that can compromise your independence and values. By cultivating a mindset that values effort, investment, and reciprocity, you maintain your autonomy and ensure that any gains you achieve are truly yours. The law advocates for a healthy skepticism toward free offers, emphasizing that the most valuable resources come from genuine effort and commitment. Free offerings often come with unspoken expectations or obligations. Accepting something for nothing may bind you to the giver or result in future demands that undermine your freedom. When you earn something through hard work or investment, you appreciate its value more. This fosters a sense of accomplishment and confidence, reinforcing your self-worth and autonomy. Relying on free resources can create dependency, making you vulnerable to external influences. By striving for self-sufficiency and investing in your own resources, you empower yourself to make independent choices. Genuine relationships are built on mutual exchange. When you give or earn something, it fosters respect and strengthens connections, whereas taking without giving can lead to resentment or exploitation. Accepting free offerings can lead to a sense of entitlement, creating expectations that may not align with reality. Maintaining humility and recognizing the value of hard work helps guard against this pitfall. Invest your time and resources in pursuits that genuinely enrich your life and well-being. This ensures that your gains are meaningful and sustainable, aligning with your long-term goals. Throughout history, many rulers and leaders have used the tactic of offering free resources or support to gain control over their subjects. This creates a sense of obligation and dependency, undermining the autonomy of those who accept such offers. Companies may offer free trials or services to attract customers, but these often lead to upselling or long-term contracts that may not be in the best interest of the consumer. Recognizing this pattern can help consumers make informed decisions. In friendships or professional settings, individuals may offer help or favors that come with hidden agendas. Being aware of these dynamics allows you to navigate relationships more wisely and protect your interests. When presented with free opportunities, evaluate the potential implications and obligations involved. Consider whether the offer aligns with your values and long-term goals. Prioritize self-development and pursue opportunities that require effort and commitment. This not only enhances your skills and capabilities, but also reinforces your independence. Focus on building relationships based on mutual respect and reciprocity. Invest time and effort in nurturing connections that provide genuine support and value. When faced with offers that seem too good to be true, be prepared to negotiate. Understanding your worth and asserting your needs can help you avoid unfavorable situations. Appreciate the value of what you have earned through hard work. This mindset cultivates a sense of fulfillment and reinforces your motivation to pursue further achievements. Regularly remind yourself of the importance of self-reliance. Resist the temptation to rely on free offerings, as this can diminish your sense of agency and control over your life. Law 40 teaches the importance of recognizing the true costs associated with free offerings. By despising the free lunch, you cultivate self-reliance, appreciate the value of your efforts, and protect your autonomy. Just as an architect designs a structure with integrity and purpose, you can build a life grounded in principles that prioritize genuine value and effort. Embracing this law empowers you to navigate your path with confidence and discernment, ensuring that the gains you achieve are authentic and meaningful. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. This law advises against the tendency to follow in the footsteps of a highly successful or influential predecessor. While it may seem advantageous to inherit the legacy of a great individual, doing so can often lead to the overshadowing of your own identity and vision. Instead of living up to the expectations set by their achievements, it is more beneficial to carve out your own path and establish your unique identity. By avoiding the burden of comparison and the pressures that come with it, you can create a distinct legacy that reflects your values and ambitions. When you step into someone else's shoes, you risk losing your individuality and perspective. It's crucial to define your own vision and goals rather than simply replicating what someone else has done. Comparisons to great figures can lead to feelings of inadequacy or pressure to perform at unsustainable levels. By focusing on your unique strengths and capabilities, you create a more authentic and fulfilling path. Instead of mimicking past successes, seek out opportunities to innovate and reinvent. This approach allows you to differentiate yourself and bring fresh perspectives to your endeavors. Great figures often leave behind significant expectations. To truly honor their legacy, you must build upon it in your own way, rather than attempting to replicate it. Recognize that the circumstances surrounding great individuals are often unique and may not be replicable in your own situation. The historical, cultural, and personal contexts that shape their achievements may not apply to you. Strive for independence in thought and action. This independence enables you to pursue your goals without being tethered to the expectations and limitations imposed by others. Successors to influential leaders, such as successors of U.S. presidents, often face the challenge of being compared to their predecessors. Leaders like Barack Obama and Donald Trump have had to navigate the legacies of their predecessors while attempting to establish their unique identities. In the corporate world, inheriting a family business can pose challenges for successors who feel pressure to maintain the legacy of the corporation. Many successful entrepreneurs have thrived by reinventing their companies rather than simply continuing the vision of their predecessors. Artists, musicians, and writers often face the burden of being compared to their predecessors. Innovators in the arts, like David Bowie and Madonna, have thrived by breaking free from expectations and creating distinct identities. To reflect on your unique skills, experiences, and perspectives. Use these insights to forge your own path rather than trying to mimic the achievements of others. Establish clear, personal goals that resonate with your values and aspirations. Focus on what you want to achieve rather than the expectations imposed by others. Rather than following in someone's footsteps, seek mentors who can provide guidance and support while encouraging you to develop your unique identity. Be open to adapting and evolving in response to new information and experiences. This flexibility will allow you to create a path that feels authentic to you. Acknowledge and celebrate the successes of others without feeling the need to replicate them. This mindset fosters a sense of community and collaboration rather than competition. While it's essential to avoid direct imitation, you can still learn valuable lessons from the experiences of great individuals. Extract principles and insights that can inform your own decisions without being constrained by their legacy. Law 41 emphasizes the importance of carving out your own identity and path rather than attempting to step into the shoes of great individuals. By embracing your uniqueness and focusing on your personal goals, you can create a legacy that reflects your values and vision. Just as an architect designs a building to reflect the surrounding environment while expressing individuality, you can forge your own path in life, drawing inspiration from the past without being bound by it. Embracing this law empowers you to navigate your journey with confidence, authenticity, and creativity, ensuring that your achievements are truly your own.
Law 42. Strike the shepherd, and the sheep will scatter. This law underscores the importance of targeting key figures or leaders within a group or organization to effectively disrupt and weaken the collective. By removing or neutralizing influential individuals, often referred to as the shepherd, you can cause confusion, disarray, and a lack of direction among their followers, the sheep. This principle emphasizes the strategic advantage of understanding power dynamics and targeting those who hold sway over others, as their influence can dictate the behavior and unity of the group. Recognizing who holds power within a group is crucial. These individuals may be formal leaders or informal influencers who command respect and loyalty from their peers. Removing or undermining the leader of a group can lead to fragmentation and a loss of cohesion. Followers may struggle to organize without clear guidance, leading to disarray and confusion. When a leader is attacked or removed, it instills fear and uncertainty in their followers. This psychological effect can weaken their resolve and make them more susceptible to manipulation. Spreading rumors or misinformation about a leader can further erode their authority. This can create distrust among followers, making them less likely to rally around their leader. Fomenting rivalries within a group can exacerbate divisions. When followers see their leaders as vulnerable, they may turn against each other in a struggle for power or influence. When striking at the leader, it's often beneficial to maintain a level of detachment. This allows you to observe the fallout and adapt your strategy as the situation evolves. Throughout history, military leaders have often targeted enemy commanders to disrupt their forces. By eliminating a general, armies have been able to sow confusion and weaken the enemy's coordination on the battlefield. In corporate environments, executives might undermine or remove a powerful leader within the company to assert control or redirect the organization's direction. By targeting a leader, they can shift the focus and loyalty of the team. Political campaigns often focus on discrediting opponents by attacking their credibility or leadership. This strategy can lead to voter disillusionment and a scattering of support, allowing rival candidates to gain an advantage. Assess the dynamics within your organization or group. Identify who holds the most influence and understand their relationships with others. Once key figures are identified, strategize on how to effectively disrupt their influence. This could involve directly challenging their authority, spreading dissenting opinions, or fostering rivalries among followers. While undermining a leader, work on building your own support base. Gaining loyalty from followers can create a power shift in your favor. Leverage fear and uncertainty to your advantage. By creating doubt about the leader's capabilities, you can weaken their influence over others. Monitor the reactions and shifts in group dynamics following your actions. This will allow you to adapt your strategy and seize emerging opportunities. Keep a low profile while executing this strategy. This reduces the risk of backlash and allows you to operate without attracting undue attention to yourself. Law 42 emphasizes the strategic importance of targeting leaders to disrupt group cohesion and influence. By understanding the power dynamics within a group and effectively undermining its shepherd, you can create opportunities for yourself and foster a state of disarray among followers. Just as an architect identifies key structural elements to optimize a design, you can identify and strategically target key individuals to influence the direction of a group. Embracing this law empowers you to navigate complex social landscapes with precision, ensuring that you can maintain control and influence over your environment. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. This law emphasizes the importance of winning the emotional and intellectual allegiance of others to achieve influence and power. Rather than relying solely on coercion or force, effective leaders and strategists understand that engaging with people's emotions and intellect can create a more profound and lasting impact. By appealing to the hearts and minds of others, you foster loyalty, inspire action, and cultivate an environment where collaboration and support flourish. People are driven by their feelings as much as by logic. By tapping into emotions such as hope, fear, love, or ambition, you can inspire others to align with your vision and goals. Understanding the perspectives and emotions of others helps you connect on a deeper level. By showing genuine interest and concern for their feelings, you can foster trust and loyalty. Encourage others to visualize the benefits of your ideas or plans. Use storytelling and vivid imagery to create a compelling narrative that captures their imagination and motivates them to act. Acknowledging and rewarding positive behaviors or contributions helps reinforce desired actions. By celebrating successes, you encourage others to continue supporting your initiatives. Creating an inclusive environment where individuals feel valued and connected can strengthen their emotional investment. When people feel like part of a community, they are more likely to support collective goals. Authenticity fosters trust and credibility. Being genuine in your interactions allows others to see you as a real person rather than just a figure of authority, making it easier to win their hearts and minds. Successful leaders often engage their teams through inspiring visions and personal connections. For instance, leaders like Richard Branson have built strong organizational cultures by emphasizing employee welfare and fostering a sense of community. Politicians frequently appeal to the emotions of their constituents to garner support. Campaigns that focus on relatable stories, personal anecdotes, and emotional connections tend to resonate more deeply with voters. Influential social movements, such as the Civil Rights Movement, effectively worked on the hearts and minds of individuals by highlighting shared values and inspiring collective action through powerful speeches and narratives. Pay close attention to the concerns, desires, and emotions of others. This active listening allows you to tailor your approach to resonate more deeply with them. Use your own experiences to illustrate points and connect with others on an emotional level. Personal narratives make your message more relatable and impactful. Articulate a compelling vision that resonates with the values and aspirations of others. Help them see how their contributions align with a greater purpose. Create symbols or rituals that embody shared values and reinforce community. These elements can foster a sense of belonging and connection among individuals. Building emotional connections takes time. Be patient and consistent in your efforts to engage others and cultivate their loyalty and support. Foster an environment where individuals feel empowered to contribute their ideas and perspectives. Collaboration nurtures emotional investment and strengthens commitment to shared goals. Law 43 underscores the significance of engaging the hearts and minds of others to build influence and foster loyalty. By appealing to emotions, cultivating empathy, and fostering a sense of belonging, you create a strong foundation for collaboration and support. Just as an architect designs a space that invites connection and interaction, you can create an environment that inspires others to align with your vision and goals. Embracing this law empowers you to navigate social dynamics with emotional intelligence and authenticity, ensuring that you build lasting relationships and a strong support network. Law 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. Law 44 revolves around the strategic use of reflection to manipulate others' perceptions and emotions. The mirror effect refers to the practice of reflecting someone's behavior, attitudes, or emotions back to them, often leading to confusion, frustration, or a sense of vulnerability. By doing so, you can disarm opponents, disrupt their confidence, and gain a psychological advantage in interactions. This law emphasizes the power of mirroring to shift dynamics and maintain control over situations. By mirroring someone's actions or words, you can create a sense of familiarity that can either comfort or irritate them. This technique can disarm an opponent by making them feel seen, while also leading them into a trap of their own making. When individuals see their own behavior reflected back to them, it can lead to confusion. They may question their actions or feel exposed, giving you the upper hand in negotiations or conflicts. Mirroring can foster a sense of understanding and connection. By mimicking others' emotions or expressions, you can make them feel more comfortable and open, which can lead to more productive interactions. When faced with hostility, reflecting that aggression back can disarm the aggressor. This can create an uncomfortable environment for them, making them reconsider their approach. Using the mirror effect can heighten emotions. By reflecting someone's enthusiasm or passion, you can amplify those feelings, drawing them closer to your perspective or agenda. By strategically employing the mirror effect, you can maintain control over the interaction. So this keeps others off balance and allows you to dictate the terms of engagement. In negotiations, reflecting the other party's demands or emotional responses can disarm them. For instance, if an opponent becomes aggressive, calmly mirroring their tone can unsettle them, forcing them to reconsider their approach. Manipulative figures often use the mirror effect to exploit insecurities. For example, a charismatic leader may reflect the fears and desires of their followers, fostering a sense of loyalty while simultaneously keeping them dependent. In conflicts, mediators can use mirroring techniques to help both parties see their reflections in each other's arguments. This can promote understanding and create an opening for resolution. Pay attention to the behaviors, emotions, and communication styles of others. Understanding their patterns allows you to effectively mirror them. The mirror effect should be subtle. Overly blatant mirroring can come off as mocking or insincere. Aim for natural reflection that feels genuine. Align your tone of voice and body language with that of the other person. This alignment creates a sense of rapport and can help disarm them. When someone expresses excitement or enthusiasm, mirror that energy to foster a connection. This creates a sense of shared purpose and strengthens bonds. If faced with aggression, calmly reflecting that aggression back can create discomfort for the aggressor, prompting them to reconsider their approach. Lightheartedly reflecting someone's quirks or attitudes can diffuse tension and create camaraderie. Humor can break down barriers and make people more amenable. Law 44 emphasizes the strategic use of the mirror effect to disarm and infuriate opponents while gaining influence. By reflecting behaviors and emotions, you can create a dynamic that keeps others off balance, fosters connection, and maintains control over interactions. Just as an architect considers how light and space can affect perception, you can utilize mirroring techniques to shape how others perceive themselves and their environment. Embracing this law empowers you to navigate social interactions with psychological acuity, ensuring you can effectively influence outcomes in relationships.
Law 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. This law warns against the dangers of pushing for radical or rapid change, as it can generate resistance, anxiety, and backlash. While change is often necessary for growth, people are naturally resistant to sudden upheaval, especially when it disrupts the status quo. By advocating for change gradually and strategically, you can ease others into new ways of thinking and acting without provoking defensive responses. The key is to balance innovation with stability, introducing reforms in stages to maintain control and keep people aligned with your vision. Change must be introduced with care. While it is important to keep evolving, sudden shifts can create fear, instability, and resentment. Incremental reform allows for adaptation without overwhelming people. People are creatures of habit. They find comfort in the familiar and often fear the unknown. Radical changes can trigger insecurity, leading to resistance even if the change is beneficial. Preaching the need for change without enforcing drastic reforms immediately helps set the stage for future transitions. By focusing on the necessity of progress, you prepare people mentally for what's to come, allowing them time to adjust. When introducing changes, anchor them in familiar ideas or systems. Gradual shifts that incorporate familiar elements reduce resistance and make people feel like the changes aren't too disruptive. It's essential to control how change is perceived, emphasize the benefits of the reforms, and how they will improve people's lives or situations. Keeping the narrative positive will help reduce anxiety and build support. If you push for too much change at once, you risk mobilizing opposition. Gradual, smaller changes fly under the radar and are less likely to provoke strong resistance. Leaders who wish to introduce sweeping reforms often do so slowly. For example, Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal was a series of gradual reforms designed to lift America out of the Great Depression. Rather than instituting a complete overhaul, he introduced policies step by step, allowing people time to adjust and preventing major backlash. In business, leaders who introduce new systems or structures too quickly often face resistance from employees who feel their routines and roles are under threat. Savvy executives understand that rolling out changes in phases helps to ease employees into new processes. Revolutionary movements often face significant opposition when they push for radical change too quickly. Successful movements have historically been those that preach change while maintaining elements of the existing social order, gradually shifting the norms rather than creating immediate disruption. Begin with small, incremental changes that are easier for people to accept. Once those are established, you can build on them with larger, more impactful reforms. Preach the need for change by framing it within a long-term vision. Help people see the big picture, but emphasize that the change will happen gradually, making it easier for them to digest. Ground your reforms in familiar concepts or structures. People are more likely to accept change if it feels like a natural progression from what they already know. Keep a close eye on how people react to the changes. If you sense resistance, slow down and give them time to adjust before introducing the next phase of reform. Once initial reforms have been accepted, use the momentum to introduce more significant changes. Over time, people will become more open to new ideas if the earlier changes have proven successful. Recognize and reward those who adapt to the changes. This positive reinforcement encourages others to follow suit and reduces resistance. Law 45 emphasizes the importance of gradual change to avoid resistance and backlash. People are naturally wary of sudden upheaval, so introducing reforms incrementally helps ease them into new ways of thinking and acting. Just as an architect designs a structure with careful planning and consideration for balance, you must approach reform with a measured and strategic mindset. By preaching the need for change while controlling the pace and extent of those changes, you maintain stability and ensure a smoother transition to new ideas or systems. Law 46. Never appear too perfect. This law highlights the dangers of appearing flawless or invulnerable in front of others. Human nature drives people to envy those who seem perfect or beyond reproach. When you present yourself as having no flaws or weaknesses, you attract resentment and even hostility from others. Instead, the wise person strategically reveals some vulnerability or imperfection to avoid envy and keep others comfortable in their presence. By appearing more human and relatable, you prevent jealousy and maintain positive relationships while still holding power and influence. When you achieve great success or display a sense of perfection, envy is a natural response from others. People may feel threatened or resentful, and their jealousy can lead to sabotage, gossip, or betrayal. To avoid becoming the target of envy, it's essential to show that you are human and have flaws like everyone else. This makes you seem more approachable and reduces feelings of resentment. Carefully select what imperfections or weaknesses to reveal. These should not undermine your position but instead make you seem less distant or threatening to others. Even if you've achieved great things, don't constantly showcase your accomplishments or wealth. Subtlety is key in displaying success without provoking envy or hostility. Don't always strive to outshine others. Allowing others to have victories or moments of success helps deflect attention and envy away from you while keeping people on your side. If people perceive you as being too far above them, they may begin to undermine your position. By balancing your strengths with humility, you prevent others from feeling inferior or threatened. Many powerful figures throughout history have faced downfall due to envy. For instance, Julius Caesar's ascent to almost godlike status in Rome led to envy and resentment among the senators, culminating in his assassination. Had he shown more humility or shared power, he might have avoided their wrath. Modern-day celebrities who constantly display their wealth and success often become targets of public criticism and envy. In contrast, those who appear humble and grounded are better able to maintain their popularity and avoid backlash. In professional settings, high-performing employees who appear perfect often face resentment from colleagues. Those who acknowledge their struggles or allow others to take the spotlight occasionally maintain better working relationships and are less likely to face opposition. Admitting to small, harmless mistakes can make you seem more relatable without damaging your reputation. This shows that you're human and approachable. When you achieve something significant, don't flaunt it. Be modest in how you present your accomplishments to avoid provoking envy. Show appreciation for the achievements of others, By acknowledging and celebrating others' successes, you reduce their envy and create goodwill. Hold back on showing the full extent of your power or influence. Demonstrating humility can help you avoid becoming a target of jealousy or sabotage. Using self-deprecating humor can make you seem less perfect and more likable. It helps to diffuse tension and prevent others from feeling inferior. Allow others to take credit for successes from time to time. This keeps envy at bay and ensures that you share the spotlight with others, making them feel valued and less likely to resent you. Law 46 teaches that the appearance of perfection can be dangerous, as it invites envy and resentment from others. By acknowledging some imperfections and showing humility, you make yourself more approachable and reduce the risk of provoking jealousy. Just as an architect may add imperfections to a design to make it feel more authentic and human, you should embrace certain vulnerabilities to create stronger and more positive relationships. This law reminds us to balance power with relatability, ensuring that others feel comfortable and connected, rather than threatened by our success. Law 47. Do not go past the mark you aimed for. In victory, learn when to stop. This law teaches the importance of restraint and moderation, especially when experiencing success. Often, after achieving victory or a significant milestone, there is a temptation to push further in pursuit of more. However, continuing beyond your original goal can lead to overreach, mistakes, and even disaster. The wise approach is to recognize when to stop, consolidate your gains, and avoid the hubris that comes from pushing too far. By knowing when to step back, you maintain control, protect your success, and avoid unnecessary risks. Victory can lead to overconfidence and a desire for more. However, unchecked ambition can quickly turn a win into a loss if you overextend yourself. It's essential to temper your desire for more power or success. Successful people often fail when they don't know when to stop. The key is to understand when you've achieved enough and resist the urge to go further. This ensures you maintain your position and don't risk everything you've worked for. Overreach happens when you go beyond your capabilities or stretch resources too thin. This often leads to backlash, mistakes, or resistance from others. By recognizing the limits of your power, you avoid provoking opponents or creating vulnerabilities. After achieving success, it's important to focus on strengthening your position rather than continuing to push forward. Consolidating your gains means securing what you've achieved and ensuring your success is sustainable in the long run. Victory can cloud judgment, leading to impulsive decisions driven by pride or greed. Staying humble and clear-headed in moments of success helps you avoid unnecessary risks. The history is filled with stories of individuals and empires that fell due to overextension. Those who achieved great power often lost it because they didn't know when to stop and instead pursued endless expansion. Napoleon Bonaparte's relentless ambition led him to expand his empire across Europe. Despite early successes, his decision to invade Russia in 1812 marked the beginning of his downfall. His overreach stretched his resources too thin, leading to devastating losses that eventually led to his defeat. Alexander the Great, though one of history's most successful conquerors, Alexander the Great's push to extend his empire into India strained his army and alienated his followers. While he achieved extraordinary victories, his desire to continue conquering led to discontent among his troops and left his empire vulnerable after his death. In the business world, companies that expand too quickly or beyond their core strengths often face bankruptcy or failure. Companies that focus on consolidating their gains, strengthening their foundation, and maintaining customer loyalty are more likely to sustain long-term success. Before embarking on any endeavor, establish clear, achievable goals. Knowing exactly what you aim to accomplish helps you recognize when you've succeeded and prevents unnecessary overextension. Regularly evaluate your resources, capabilities, and external conditions. Recognizing when you're reaching your limits helps you avoid pushing beyond what's sustainable. After achieving success, celebrate, but don't let it cloud your judgment. Keep your ego in check and focus on the next steps in consolidating your gains rather than chasing more victory. After a victory, rivals or enemies may be looking for an opportunity to strike back. Instead of pushing further, strengthen your position and ensure you are protected from potential threats. Study examples of individuals or organizations that suffered from overreach. Understanding their failures can help you recognize when it's time to stop pushing forward. Sometimes it's more strategic to stop and wait for the right moment to act again. Patience is key to sustaining long-term success, so focus on timing rather than continuous forward momentum. Law 47 advises that the pursuit of victory should be balanced with restraint and caution. Knowing when to stop is a vital skill that prevents overreach and protects your success from collapse. Just as an architect plans the limits of a design to ensure structural integrity, you must recognize the boundaries of your ambition and avoid pushing beyond them. By mastering the art of stopping at the right moment, you safeguard your accomplishments, preserve your power, and avoid the pitfalls of overconfidence and excess. Law 48. Assume formlessness. The final law of power emphasizes the need for adaptability and fluidity. Assumed formlessness means that in the ever-changing landscape of power dynamics, rigidity can be your downfall. Instead of sticking to one plan, identity, or strategy, you must be flexible, fluid, and able to adapt to new circumstances. By avoiding fixed forms and structures, you become elusive, unpredictable, and difficult for opponents to pin down. This law is about survival, maintaining control, and thriving in an unpredictable world by remaining versatile and amorphous. The world is constantly shifting, and those who are adaptable survive and thrive. Sticking to rigid plans, habits, or roles makes you vulnerable to being outmaneuvered by those who can adapt more quickly. Rather than committing to a fixed strategy, maintain flexibility in your approach to challenges and opportunities. Change your tactics based on the situation, and be prepared to pivot when necessary. If others cannot predict your actions, they cannot plan against you. By avoiding fixed patterns and remaining fluid, you stay one step ahead of your rivals. Don't box yourself into one role or identity. By assuming different roles or personas depending on the situation, you prevent others from pigeonholing you or using your identity against you. When the environment around you is unstable or chaotic, don't cling to the familiar. Instead, embrace the chaos and use it to your advantage. Flexibility in turbulent times allows you to seize new opportunities. The power of formlessness lies in your unpredictability. People are more likely to fear or respect those whose actions cannot be easily anticipated. One of the most famous advocates of formlessness was martial artist Bruce Lee, who often said, "Be water, my friend." Lee's approach to martial arts was not to rigidly follow one form or style, but to adapt fluidly in response to an opponent's moves, embodying the essence of formlessness in combat. Genghis Khan and his Mongol armies exemplified formlessness. They never fought using predictable strategies and constantly adapted their tactics. Their flexibility and unpredictability allowed them to conquer vast lands and defeat more rigid, organized forces. In modern business, companies that fail to adapt to technological advancements, market shifts, or consumer preferences often fall behind. For example, Blockbuster's refusal to evolve with the rise of digital streaming led to its demise, while companies like Netflix embraced change and thrived. In your personal and professional life, avoid locking yourself into rigid long-term plans. Be ready to adjust your course based on new information or changing circumstances. In situations of conflict or competition, avoid predictable behaviors. Keep your adversaries guessing by changing your tactics or strategies regularly. In environments where being noticed could be a disadvantage, adopt a low profile and blend in. Avoid drawing unnecessary attention to yourself, making it harder for others to target you. Don't be afraid to reinvent yourself when necessary. Whether it's changing careers, shifting your personal identity, or altering your leadership style, adaptability ensures your long-term success. In times of chaos or instability, see opportunities where others see threats. Adapt quickly to the changing environment and use the confusion to your advantage. Don't allow yourself to be defined by a single image, job, or skill. Constantly evolve your persona and roles to avoid becoming predictable and easily controlled. Law 48, Assume Formlessness, highlights the ultimate strategy for power adaptability. In an ever-changing world, clinging to rigid forms or strategies can leave you vulnerable. By remaining fluid, elusive, and unpredictable, you can navigate through uncertainty, respond effectively to challenges, and outmaneuver opponents who are stuck in fixed ways. Just as water takes the shape of its container, those who assume formlessness can shape themselves to fit any situation, becoming powerful and indomitable. Mastering this law allows you to stay in control, no matter how turbulent or unpredictable the world becomes.